Pischke Motors night at the good old asphalt track we like to call home. On behalf of Chuck Deary, everybody here, Tim McCarthy, how are you, sir? When am I going out on that boat? Oh, I can do that. On behalf of Chuck Deary, everybody here at Motorsports Management, my name is Dan Dyker, along with Billy Doc Niles and Paul the Penguin Reichert, our stat man. Lots going on here tonight. NASCAR late models, of course, sportsmen are going to be back out, hobby stocks, Hornets, and our high school racing association, which had one of the craziest finishes to a feature that I think I've ever called in my life at the Tomah Sparta Speedway last night. Billy Doc Niles, you had 7 cars, turn 3, last lap. We're down to 5 cars. 4 of them wreck in turn 4. One of them ends up idle on the inside. And the third one, or the last one that was still running, was a rookie. Didn't realize we were still green. Could have won the race. And I looked down, the flagman had not thrown the yellow flag. And they're all sitting up in turn 4. I was thinking of the Talladega Nights movie. I was waiting for them to get out and run across the start-finish line.
Jump and see who hits the finish line first, eh?
And as whoever gets out of reverse and into drive first is going to win, and that's exactly what we saw. And all those high schoolers that were involved in that last night, they are here again tonight. And it was won by the green and yellow 2W down there of Mr. Berg. And, man, I tell you what, that was one of the most interesting finishes to a race I had ever seen.
That high school class definitely coming along. They're getting very competitive out here at La Crosse. And as you mentioned, 5 cars going for the win on the last lap at Tomah last night. Unfortunately, our third track hasn't been able to get going yet, so we could see him shine down there, down at Madison. Hopefully, they will get a shot to put some races on sometime this season. But, man, this high school class is very exciting, Dan.
Well, I'll go over some news and notes as we normally do on a Saturday night, let you know about the point standings as we are also broadcasting live simultaneous here at the track and also on KQEG TV 23. Looking at the late model points, boy, this has been quite a while since I've announced that Steve Carlson starts tonight back in 4th. Nick Mergic, a 21-point lead over Jacob Gady. Steve Bachman, 32 points back, sitting in 3rd. Not bad for a second-year late model driver. And Billy Moen rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, Billy Moen having a pretty good, quiet season. He's only seen victory lane once in a dash, but he's been very consistent in the top 5. Bachman won his first career feature here just a few weeks ago on the front end of a doubleheader night. I'd say probably one of the best second years we've seen out of anybody in a long time. And then you can't discount Gady and Mergic. I mean, they're both top drivers from Elko. They're both down here. Their track can't open up, so now they're making a chance at a Wisconsin State Championship and a possible national championship here at La Crosse.
Looking at the sportsmen, it's Dave Edwards leading Mark Chalet, Jesse Green, Jack Litchheim, who's back tonight, and Sam Niles, who won via DQ last weekend. A win's a win. Auto Value Hobby Stocks, Brandon Gallagher, the Sledgehammer, a 15-point lead over Jason Bolster. And then it's Austin Schott and Caleb Hardy. They are tied for 3rd. Tyler Stuber in the 4th position. In the Ants Complete Pest Control Hornets, a little bit tighter up front now. Cheyenne Stanfield leads Jimmy Bjorkman by 5. Mark Lethe by 27. Then it's Chris Thunderberg and Joey Johnson. Auto Value Street Stocks, Matt Moore leads the way over Rob Stanfield, Dan Fry, Chris Larson, and Zach Leach. Mountain Dew Minivans, Dave True Jr. on his 2 feature wins this year has him a 1-point lead over John Hebner. Zach Leach in 3rd, John Burback 4th, Al Bartles rounds out the top 5. Novelty, which we will have tonight, but it's going to be a Hornet novelty, and a more interesting one than what we've seen in the past. Novelty is Rob Stanfield leading John Hebner by 2. 3-way tie for 3rd, Zach Leach, Chris Larson, and Adam Kit Kat Curley. Looking at the Rookie of the Year point standings, Grant Brown, a sizable lead over Mandy Eckelberg and Ken Donay. Ed Ross, a lead over Bill Schott in the Sportsman, and Austin Schott, the only rookie in the hobby stocks this year. And looking at some of the notes we've got and what some of the drivers have done this year, Jacob Gady's string of 4 consecutive quick times came to a halt last week by the hands of Brent Kirshner.
Kirshner had that car fast out of the box earlier this year. Remember, first night he was only given one qualifying lap and just missed fast time on that one qualifying lap. So he's definitely got some speed all by himself. Having a little bit of trouble getting through a crowd when it comes featuring heat time, but he'll definitely get it figured out. He won't be held down for long.
So Gady, 4 quick times on the year. Kirshner has won. Out of the NASCAR late models, we've had 6 different winners out of 7 races. The only one that's won twice would be Steve Carlson. So when you say it's a crapshoot on who's going to win a late model feature, it is.
Oh, most definitely. It's probably the most competitive and evenly matched field we've had in a long time. You know, last week was a good example. You know, Matt Henderson picking his way through the field, you know, patiently getting up to second place, took his time working over the leader, dives underneath him with 3 laps to go. He'll bring Clements and 14. I keep forgetting his name.
Wow.
Yep. Steve Bachman. I forgot his name. So great job by him. And then that second feature, just by sheer luck, a little mix-up in the front, Mike Carlson. Mike Carlson goes to the front and just runs away with it. So the competitiveness in this class definitely getting better.
6 for 6 dash. We've had 5 different racers win over the 5 races. No one has won twice in the 6 for 6 dash yet. If you look at some of the names here, Mike had the 19 car, of course, of Hager, 3 heat race wins on the season. Mike Carlson has 2. And to go with that, Mike Carlson also has a feature win and a 6 for 6 dash win. Steve Bachman, a feature win and a heat race win. Steve Carlson, 2 features and a 6 for 6. Jacob Gady, 4 fast times, a late model feature, and a 6 for 6 dash win, which he picked up last weekend. And Nick Burgick has a late model win and a win in the 6 for 6 dash. So, drivers just winning stuff all across the board.
Yeah, Michael Hager never really competed regularly at this track, comes out of the box. He wins 3 heat races in a row, which was phenomenal. And then you saw that great first feature he ran last week. So some of these guys never came to the track before, doing a really good job. A lot of guys like you expect coming to the front, but I think, Dan, one of the things you and I have talked about before is, everybody's starting to get their stuff figured out. Steve Carlson, not as quick as he was at the beginning of the season. Now it's almost like a level playing field. Whoever gets to the front first, it's going to be tough to move them out of that top spot. So a bunch of cars to keep an eye on tonight. As qualifying goes through, we'll point them out to you. And looking for an exciting night as we're getting all set for qualifying to start here in about 8 minutes. We'll be starting with our high school class here in about 8 minutes. Also, we have Hornets racing tonight, our hobby stocks, our sportsman class, and of course our NASCAR late models tonight, being presented by Pischke Motors.
At Ace of La Crosse, they know that playtime around here goes year-round. Make the Sportsland stop before you head out hunting, fishing, or camping for quality products and services at great prices. Talk over your outdoor plans with the experts at Ace of La Crosse, your work and play headquarters.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Big Boar Barbecue is open for customers in their dining room. They've weathered the virus and are now ready to welcome you back inside the dining room for lunch and dinner. They're practicing social distancing, extra cleaning, and sanitizing. For those who don't want to come inside, the drive-thru is open and the outdoor picnic tables are clean and ready for your use. Big Boar Barbecue is open again, Highway 16 West Salem. Come enjoy a delicious mouthful or call 608-612-0387.
Ace of La Crosse is your work and play headquarters when it comes to getting the job done. No place gives you better support for home, business, and industry with small engine and power tool repairs. Save by renting when you don't need to buy. Ace offers rentals on hundreds of items.
Nothing is certain in life, son, except death. And when you walk into Little Caesars, there'll be a $5 hot and ready pizza for you.
What about taxes?
We're from the IRS.
I forgot taxes.
Walk in and walk out of Little Caesars with a large hot and ready classic for just $5.
Pizza, pizza.
Cheeser, pepperoni cheeser, you know you got it all right. Little Caesars new pepperoni cheeser with classic pepperoni, fresh mozzarella, and a toasted Parmesan and Asiago cheese crust for $7 at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Excuse me. I have relatives coming in from Illinois to watch that next week. Got some old crew members from the Twin Cities area coming down for the trailer race next weekend. Some our Oktoberfest camping people who park right next to us at the Oktoberfest campground. They usually only come here once a year for the Oktoberfest races. They're coming next week for that trailer race. So, going to be a big one. If you're planning on coming out here next week, get here early for a good seat. Gates open at 6 o'clock every Saturday night. Get here and get your seat for the big trailer race next Saturday.
Got our high schoolers lined up. Hornets getting ready to line up as well. Nice to see some breaks of blue sky right above turns 3 and 4. Again, stay hydrated tonight, folks. Again, it's obviously if you're down there, you can feel it. It's a steamer. What a nice job Chuck Deary's done on growing new grass down there. He's a horticulturist as well.
Aren't you?
I actually have a degree in horticulture.
You do. You should be down there helping him.
That was a big pile of dirt last week from the demolition derby, and that could be one of the nicest areas of the Speedway when you look at the grass. We use a little rain on that this week, so you don't have Ray standing out there for 5 days with a hose.
Now, I'm sure later tonight that will help out his watering efforts because those of you who've been watching the forecast, yes, there is going to be some rain coming late tonight, so nothing that will affect our show here this afternoon or this evening. Plan on having an awesome night of racing with 5 excellent divisions.
Get broadcasting live on KQEG TV. Going to take a quick break with them real fast. When we come back, it's going to be High School Racing Association qualifying here at the Speedway.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Big Boar Barbecue is open for customers in their dining room. They've weathered the virus and are now ready to welcome you back inside the dining room for lunch and dinner. They're practicing social distancing, extra cleaning, and sanitizing. For those who don't want to come inside, the drive-thru is open and the outdoor picnic tables are clean and ready for your use. Big Boar Barbecue is open again, Highway 16 West Salem. Come enjoy a delicious mouthful or call 608-612-0387.
Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters when it comes to getting the job done. No place gives you better support for home, business, and industry with small engine and power tool repairs. Save by renting when you don't need to buy. Ace offers rentals on hundreds of items.
Chase Elliott likes his Mountain Dew free and his pizza fast. Little Caesars Pizza Portal fast.
Chase Elliott! No way!
You're free 2-liter, Mr. Elliott.
Free 2-liter? No way!
Get a free 2-liter with any pizza purchase in our mobile app.
Pizza.
Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters when it comes to getting the job done. No place gives you better support for home, business, and industry with small engine and power tool repairs. Save by renting when you don't need to buy. Ace offers rentals on hundreds of items.
Is the K4 Clements Automotive Buick Skylark representing Holman High School. It's sponsored by Yard Solutions and Century 21. It's Kelsey Clements. And I want to say, I don't remember Kelsey running the high school division in the past. Paul, this is her first race?
Second one. Second or third, yeah. Kelsey kind of underpowered right there, not doing very good. A 23.371. Definitely got to get some work done on that car.
Nerves. You're the first one to qualify. Of course, nerves are going to always come into play. Next up, the number 89 Jungle Inn Reynolds, 98 Chevy Monty. Melrose Storage, Melrose Auto Clinic on this 3-time Wisconsin Youth Wrestling Champion out of Melrose. It's Braden Lockington. Braden having a problem breaking his car up at Toma last night, so he's got a different one out here tonight.
Yeah, he was doing really well in practice. Part of that Lockington family racing tree. 18.015, we'll put him on top of the board. That is the time to beat.
Next out, the number 4, JJ's Towing and Recovery 2005 Pontiac Grand Am, representing Aquinas High School. That is La Crescent's Joey Miller. Had a chance to win that big feature last night and didn't realize that the track was still green.
Miller will come off of turn 4. JJ's Towing on the side of that car. His lap of 21.669. That'll put him second.
Next out, the 72 Defiant Motorsports 98 Ford Contour, sponsored by Absolute Comfort. Representing Onalaska High School out of Onalaska, that is Ashton Toon Kinsey. It says right here I can eat a whole pizza and not gain any weight. Welcome to my club.
Yeah. Onalaska Luther, I believe it says so right on his hood right there. And he will jump to the top of the board with a 17.958. A 17.958 for Toon.
Last night's feature winner at Toma by having a quick gear to get into. The number 2, ACT Concrete Pontiac Grand Prix, supported by Bernie's Equipment, Cindy's, Niebauer Plumbing, and Sign Pro. Representing Melmin, blowing on a turn 4, is Mitchell Berg, 14 years old.
Mitchell Berg crossed the line. 18.267 and 18.267. That'll put him third. And that'll wrap up qualifying for our high school division. Your fast qualifier unofficially is the 72 of Austin Toon Kinsey. Making Onalaska Luther proud there. You see lining up in our staging area, our Hornets are getting ready to do battle. Keep an eye on the 41 car, our current point leader, Cheyenne Stanfield. Closely in second place, the 28 of Jimmy Bjorkman.
Got a new Hornet out tonight. He's a former Hornet driver. He'll be running Cheyenne Stanfield's backup car. That is Jordan Young in the 27. He used to have the, it was black, orange, and red, I think it was. And is this his first time out here in about 3 years?
At least.
About 3 years. I know he does a lot of wrenching on cars now, but good to have that young man back out here again. Former track champion Chris Thunderberg. Tell you, that guy must have a timer on Facebook, because it's the same time every single Saturday that I see him post his car that he's ready for Saturday night car fights. Bringing him out, the number 41, Merchant Graphic and Design Celica, that's Cheyenne Stanfield. Right behind her, the Legacy Painting 1990 Honda Accord. The 10 is Jaden Schock. 33, Nick Spar, 91 Honda Civic is Mark Lethe out of West Salem. 77, Crazy Dave's Auto Repair Honda CRX, La Crosse's Rob Stanfield. Second in points, the 28 Advanced Planning Technologies Honda Civic out of West Salem, Jimmy Bjorkman. 14, Crazy Dave's Auto Repair 91 Honda Civic, that's La Crosse's Johnny Hebner. The number 22 is Chris Christian, sponsored by City Auto Sales. Also joining qualifying, the 21M, JJ's Towing and Recovery 94 Honda Accord, La Crosse's Matthew Miller. And the 25 Hog Daddy's Bar and Grill Honda Civic out of Melrose, Wisconsin. That's Chris Thunderberg, as they're being told, you've got one to go, and it's going to start to count.
Tell you, Dan, some of the cars we want to watch at qualifying here, of course, Cheyenne Stanfield and Jimmy Bjorkman. Michael Walks Jr. in that second group, that'll be coming up. Chasing down that track record, they've all been pretty close. A 16.177, I believe, set by Garrett Tickey earlier this year, so that's the time they're looking for.
Again, live on KQEG TV 23 tonight, CenturyLink Channel 4, Charter Channel 5, Ascentic Channel 12. We'll give them a couple of laps, and then we'll start telling you what the scores look like on the Tobacco Outlet Plus Grocery Scoring Tower. Usually takes about 2 to 3 laps as they warm up the tires and really start getting accelerated. Cheyenne Stanfield first up with a 16.111. Jimmy Bjorkman second, 16.448. Jaden Schock, 16.655. Chris Berg is 16.694. And John Hebner is 16.743. Takes about 2 or 3 laps, and you start seeing some really good times as they grip the track. Oh, Chris Berg's going to roll off the track. I think he's happy, Bill, with a 3rd place on the board.
Yeah, in this crowd, 3rd place is not that bad. You're watching this group come around right here. Jaden Schock leading a group of them. Dan, qualifying, you see qualifying right now, it sets up our races for later tonight. Sets up our heat races. And sets up the starting front row for our features later tonight. So qualifying is ultimately important.
Top 5 haven't moved yet. It's Stanfield, Bjorkman, Berg, Schock, and Hebner. And I think I know why Cheyenne Stanfield has left the track, but I'm going to wait to explain it to you folks here in just a minute. Jaden Schock, she's done for the night as she qualifies unofficially 4th currently. Bjorkman trying to find just a little bit more. He's right behind Stanfield in qualifying, a 1.11 and a 4.41. John Hebner's still out in his Honda CRX, 17.43 with a 16 in front of it. Miller doing a lot of work to that car this week. I was watching his progress on Facebook. That 94 Honda Accord, man, he's really, really taking care of that car as the 33 Alethi is off. White flag is just about to come out. Chris Christian put a brand new paint job on that car yesterday morning and then got drove into last night.
Doesn't look bad for somebody who was in an accident.
Yeah, that you can see the ding on the back quarter panel there. Ants Complete Pest Control Hornet qualifying, winding down. It looks like Bjorkman's only going to get a 4.41 out of his car tonight, which is still pretty stellar when you're sitting 2nd on the board in group number 1. That'll do it for session number 1 for the Ants Complete Pest Control Hornets. Let's roll session number 2. Bringing them out, the 02 Celica DSR chassis sponsored entry. Jordan Young out of Melrose. The 3/4 car, Lofquist Construction, 01 Mazda Protege out of Inner Grove Heights, Minnesota. Nick Bobby Hadler. 01 Grand River Dental, 95 Mitsubishi Eclipse out of La Crosse is Dexter Malin. The 21 AC Docks, 88 Honda Prelude out of West Salem is Jacob Iverson. 19X, that's a brand new car out of Cashton, Wisconsin. That's Brandon McCarthy. Good to see Brandon get that thing running. 4-car, Lofquist Construction 91 Escort is St. Paul, Minnesota's Chuck Lofquist. Also out to qualify is the youngster. I think this is her 3rd race now. The 96 First American Roofing and Siding 93 Honda, that's Kiana Barney out of West Salem. 24 3-in-1 Construction 2000 Saturn of West Salem is Justin Iverson. And our man that's 3rd in points is the 32 Hilltop Refuse and Recycling Service Eclipse of Joey Johnson. Whew. And I also forgot the guy down below that had 2 feature wins in a row. The number 3 Walks Jr. Racing 91 Honda Prelude out of Albert Lee, Minnesota. Michael Walks Jr., 2 of our drivers coming from the Twin Cities.
Yeah, that's like we said earlier, they're track, not racing, so we welcome them with open arms here in western Wisconsin. 2 feature wins in a row, Walks, and impressive style on both of them. Looking for something nobody has done in a long time, a 3rd feature win in a row. He's also one to watch here in qualifying. If there's somebody that's going to threaten the 41 on top of that qualifying tree, that 3-car right down here in front of you is the one to watch. All right, whatever issue we had is just about taken care of. We'll be cranking these cars up here in just a second and get their qualifying round underway.
Really not an issue. What they're telling them is we're just going to give you a couple of good warm-up laps here because they know that the times are getting faster. and they're giving them a chance like they do with Sportsman late models, not really late models, but Sportsman, to put a little more heat in those tires and some more comparable times. As we saw that first session, top 6 drivers were really, really close within one another. And let's see what happens here as we go green flag qualifying, brought to you by Stony Creek in Onalaska, Stony Creek Hotel and Conference Center. Again, we'll give them about 2 laps to get around before we start really getting into what the times are. So our newcomer is Brandon McCarthy, and he was going to be set to bring that car in a couple of weeks ago, but he had motor problems. And if memory serves me correctly, that is a former Thurkis car. I think that was Kendon Thurk's car when he and Ben used to run, and they used to say that the Thurkis was in town. Joey Johnson stalls out in turn 2. Got it back under power. And Joey Johnson's been very impressive in his first year running a full-time Hornet, 5th in points this year. Of course, our good buddy Drew Krybick vinyled that car with Epic Media and vinyl. Nice to see the youngster Kiana Barney getting some legs under herself. Again, this is her 3rd official race this year, and slowly but surely, under the tutelage of her dad Andy Barney, telling her, you know, you don't need to go out and win the first race. You need to learn how to race first. And Bill Niles, that's fantastic knowledge.
Oh, most definitely. I didn't win my first race till the season was almost over, my rookie year, way back in the day, and that's all we're going to say about that. So she's definitely getting faster, a lot faster than she was the first couple of weeks here, and hopefully she'll be a little more competitive come heat and feature time.
Jordan Young in Cheyenne Stanfield's backup car has just jumped into 4th, 16.540. Lovequist has had enough. Barney has had enough. Walks Jr. sitting 2nd with a 16.361. Joey Johnson in the number 7 position. Dexter Malin just cracked the top 10. He's currently sitting 9th. Jordan Young jumps into the number 2 position with a 3.39. Joey Johnson's night is done for qualifying. Nick Bobby Hadler still out. Iverson still out. Wax Jr. still out. Jordan Young trying to top the car owner. Wouldn't that be something else if he topped the car owner?
I've been watching both him and Wax. Wax has been pretty consistent in the 16.5 area. Young, as he takes it off the track, finally been doing a heck of a job the last 5 laps. Everything at a 16.3, 16.305, something like that. You know, everything in the 16.3s. Definitely a consistent run for Young there the last few laps. As we get ready to throw the checkered flag on our Hornet qualifying, couple cars left to go here.
All right, fans, qualifying is officially done for the Ants Complete Pest Control Hornets. We like being the bearers of good news here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Cheyenne Stanfield has unofficially just broke the track record that sat from 2020. She beat Pat Tickey's time of 16.177. Billy Doc Nels with a 16.111.
Very impressive. She had, I believe, 3. I was watching her. She had 3 laps underneath that 177 with that. I believe it was her 3rd lap. Came out with that 111 and followed it up with a couple of 15s. So definitely some speed in that 41 car. She had some issues a couple weeks ago. Doesn't look like it hurt that car one bit as she sits on top of the qualifying pile.
Auto Value Hobby Stocks getting ready to qualify. First of the 46 Pruby Painting, Roofing, and Siding 77 Chevy Monty from Sparta. That's Caleb Hardy. The 5-car, your point leader, the Absolute Home Services 75 Chevy Monty at a Bangor, the Sledgehammer, Brandon Gallagher. The 2-car is the Jano Collectibles 85 Chevy Caprice, Austin Schott from Eau Claire. Jano Collectibles with us tonight, located up in turn number 1. Lester Stanfield is in the 33 car, and that just showed up last night in the Schott Racing stables. So, interesting addition to the Schott Racing stables. 42. Reinhardt Food Service 76 Chevy Monty at La Crosse, it's Alex Rude. The familiar number 8, the Bolster Motorsports Right Spot 77 Chevy Monty at a Sparta, that's Jason Bolster, who's now worked his way into second into points. And the 7, Hubert's Auto Care Center 77 Chevy. Sparta, Wisconsin's Mark Chalet, who's going to be running double duty tonight here. Billy Doc Niles and a sportsman.
Yeah, Chalet has been a yeoman here along with a few other guys running 2 and 3 divisions. These guys are champs, man. I watched some guys run 3 divisions in one night. Just amazes me the stamina that they have. So hobby qualifying getting underway now. Keep an eye on the 5-car. He's your current point leader. Keep an eye on that 2-car, your current Rookie of the Year leader. Problems with Jason Bolster, he'll take it off the track in turn 4.
Paul, can you see what's on his hood?
Caleb Hardy currently sitting on top of the qualifying pole at a 16.415. Closely followed by Brandon Gallagher at a 16.734. Those are the top 2 right now. Chalet has taken it off the course. Whoa! Heads up, turn 2. Stanfield and Rude getting together as they go into turn 1 and 2. Both of them get it straightened out. We'll continue with qualifying. Nobody worse for wear amongst them two as they're the last 2 left on the track. With just another minute or 2 of qualifying.
Can't see what it says on the hood of his car. I'm trying to... Lester Stanfield's had enough as Alex Rude tries to better his 4th place position with a 16.872. Caleb Hardy, Brandon Gallagher, Mark Chalet, Alex Rude, Lester Stanfield, Austin Schott, Jason Bolster, and Caleb Hardy. Pretty nice looking car that Stanfield has out there. Again, on Facebook last night, I saw as soon as Toma was done racing, as soon as those guys got home, and said, oh, look what just showed up on our driveway. It's always nice when a fully built race car just happens to show up in your driveway.
It's like Christmas for a race car driver. Boom, it's there, just like that. Gotta love it. One more time around for Rude as he tries to improve his qualifying time. Next up will be the sportsmen in their group qualifying. And Rude will take it off the track. So unofficially, with a 16.405, your fast qualifier for the Hobby Stocks, Caleb Hardy.
At Ace of La Crosse, they know that playtime around here goes year-round. Make the Sportsland stop before you head out hunting, fishing, or camping for quality products and services at great prices. Talk over your outdoor plans with the experts at Ace of La Crosse, your work and play headquarters.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Big Big Boar Barbecue is open for customers in their dining room. They've weathered the virus and are now ready to welcome you back inside the dining room for lunch and dinner. They're practicing social distancing, extra cleaning, and sanitizing. For those who don't want to come inside, the drive-thru is open and the outdoor picnic tables are clean and ready for your use. Big Boar Barbecue is open again, Highway 16 West Salem. Come enjoy a delicious mouthful or call 608-612-0387.
But when they get the green light, they will go. But Sportsman back with us tonight, being brought to you by Lawn Keepers. Of course, that's where WKTY is. They're in the Lawn Keepers party deck. If you want more information on Lawn Keepers, it's fatlawns.com. Bringing them out, the number 28 Coney Island 2020 Dodge Challenger from home, and that is Sam Niles. Second in line to qualify, the number 5E Kimball Transportation 2000 Modified from Salem, Wisconsin, Dave Edwards. Third out is the number 21B John Scott Racing Engines 88 Chevy Modi. That's La Crosse's Fire Marshal Bill Schott. Right behind him, brought it out for the first time last weekend, the number 7 Big Rig Tire and Repair 2020 Chevy Camaro Modified. Stoughton, Wisconsin's Rick Coppernall. Behind him is the 29 Water Source Heating and Cooling 2018 Chevy Camaro. Eau Claire, Wisconsin's Jesse Green. Back again, the number 99 Weir's Machine, 99 Chevy Modi from La Crosse, that's Jack Litchheim. Also out to qualify, the number 13 Hubert's Auto Care, 99 Chevy Monte Carlo from Sparta. That's Mark Chalet in our final entry, the 18 Melrose Auto Clinic, 98 Ford F-150. That is Melrose's Ed Ross. First time he's been back in 12 years. So again, Billy Doc Niles, for at least our TV viewers, really quickly, without really getting into the nuts and bolts of it, the Sportsman must qualify under a certain number this year.
What it is, they changed the rules up a little bit, and they're trying to put a damper on these times. So they're trying to keep them at the 20, keep them from going underneath 22 seconds. So if you see somebody go underneath 22 seconds, they're going to get a mulligan. If they do it a second time, they'll be disqualified from that event. So, and their time, their position and their time will be disallowed. So, they're trying to keep it as close to 22 seconds as possible.
And right now, Mark Chalet doing a fantastic job at that with a 22.083. Sam Niles has it dialed in, 22.095. Dave Edwards at 22.099. These boys are learning real quick. Of course, when you have to qualify under a certain number, Billy Doc Niles, they don't have any kind of indicators or radios in their cars telling them that they're not doing what they're supposed to.
You know, what they end up doing, and you'll hear some of the noise, especially like the 28 car that goes by us, they'll put a chip in their, they got a chip in their MSD box, which limits the number of revolutions for the engine and kind of slows them down towards the back end of the straightaway. Tries to keep them as close to that 22-second mark as possible.
Dave Edwards, 22.005. Chalet, 22.083. Niles, 22.095. Litchheimer, 22.221. Coppernall doing a lot of rumbling and bumbling down the front straightaway. It sounded like that in practice too, but he was still putting down some good times. No change in your top five. It's still Edwards, Chalet, Niles, Litchheim, and Green. As the conclusion has come for the Longkeeper Sportsman, unofficially your quick time qualifier. You can't get much better than that with a 22.005. That is Dave Edwards.
Edwards making the long haul from southeastern Wisconsin every Saturday night. His track not available for use at the moment, so he comes up here to La Crosse to race with our sportsman, along with Rick Coppernall, who also races at that track. So it's great to have the modifieds here. And I tell you, I don't know of another class anywhere where you can run, a car body, a truck body, and modified bodies all in the same class. It makes for some interesting racing. And as we've seen in the first few weeks, it's always some close racing, especially with the new rules adapted by the La Crosse Fairground Speedway for the sportsman class this year.
Chase Elliott likes his Mountain Dew free and his pizza fast. Little Caesars Pizza Portal fast.
Chase Elliott! No way!
Your free 2-liter, Mr. Elliott.
Free 2-liter? No way!
Get a free 2-liter with any pizza purchase in our mobile app.
Pizza.
Ace of La Crosse is your work and play headquarters when it comes to getting the job done. No place gives you better support for home, business, and industry with small engine and power tool repairs. Save by renting when you don't need to buy. Ace offers rentals on hundreds of items.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue. Big Boar Barbecue is open for customers in their dining room. They've weathered the virus and are now ready to welcome you back inside the dining room for lunch and dinner. They're practicing social distancing, extra cleaning, and sanitizing. For those who don't want to come inside, the drive-thru is open and the outdoor picnic tables are clean and ready for your use. Big Boar Barbecue is open again, Highway 16 West Salem. Come enjoy a delicious mouthful or call 608-612-0387.
Carlson's going to be the first one to lead him out, and we'll see how high he sets the bar.
All right, first out to set the stage, the 66 Wilson Oil Company 2019 Chevy out of West Salem. Kicking the short track, Steve Carlson. Gordon Epping CPA, Graph Electric, Butch's Slot Car Bodies, and Johnny's Hobbies. What can the King do on lap number 1, Billy Doc Niles?
Carlson will trip the light. Did not trip. Former track champion, former state champion, former national champion. Still no time for Carlson.
So not sure if the transponder's not responding, but we do not have any times on the computer or the scoring tower. So I guess we'll just roll along with the 68 Matco Tools Ryan Fink 2020 Toyota Camry. Out of West Salem, that's Mandy Eckelberg. Steve Carlson's time was a 19.996. His fast time, a 19.996. Eckelberg, sponsored by Pabst Brewing, Festival Foods, Moxie's Restaurant, and Clements Automotive.
Mandy replacing her brother John, who's busy with work down in Madison. 21.502, her first trip around. Looking very impressive for someone who had never been in a late model before this year, Dan.
Gady's Carlson setting the stage real early in this one, 19.996. That puts pressure on the rest of the field.
And Eckelberg, nice time for her at 21.015. That's got to be her. I believe that's her fastest time of the year so far.
Next up, former Minnesota State champ and national champion with the Whelen All-American Series, the 72 Northern Racing Products 2017 Chevy out of Carver, Minnesota. That's Jacob Gady. Big Johnson Tires, Suburban GM Parts, Chevy Performance, Getz Trucking, Baby Gowdy, TJ Exteriors, and the Car Lot.
And your current national champ right to the top of the board with a 19.960.
And he still has a lap to go. All the drivers, their eyes are on that Tobacco Outlet Plus Grocery scoring tower going, oh, man.
If Carlson set the bar high, Gady jumped over it and went higher. This time around, a 19.849. That's what they'll be shooting for, as Gady will sit on top of the pylon.
Slower, but still number one. That's a nice convenience to have when your second lap is slower, but it doesn't move you off the top of the scoreboard. Next out, the number 99 Northern Racing Products 2020 Toyota Camry. That's Betsy that he's driving out of Farmington, Minnesota. Jeff Partington.
Betsy's trailer blew a tire on the way here today. They had to do a little bit of quick maintenance, get a spare tire on that to get him here on time. Partington been running really well this year. A 26.58 on his first trip around, 26.58.
Well, minus that third race of the year where he ended up losing his entire left side.
Or the CWRA night where he was on top of the wall right here.
Partington over turn 4. This is his second and final qualifying lap.
24.21. That'll put him third at 24.21 for Partington.
Next out, the 02 Gasoline Alley Toys and Antiques 2018 Chevy out of West Salem. That's Carter Christensen. Carter Christensen. Sponsors include Ken's Auto Repair, Jeff Martin Custom Construction, Brushworks, Hidden Trails Corn Maze, and Culligan Lacrosse. Did you see what the Hidden Trail Corn Maze is going to be this year?
No.
It's first responder dedicated. I saw the picture of it on in the newspaper today. Looks pretty
nice. That'll be fun. 24.86 for Carter Christensen first time around. He's up to fourth right now, looking to make that better.
Carter Christensen's father, of course, Ken, long-time late model veteran here at the La Crosse Speedway, hanging it up this year to be a full-time crew chief for his son.
Not quite good enough to get better. 25-1, he'll sit in fourth.
Next up, the number 7 Jay Buckley Baseball Tours 2017 Chevy Double S. Out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, Don Thunder Turner. 2016 NASCAR Whalen, Wisconsin Rookie of the Year.
72 years old, I do believe, at the time.
Fechner Motors, Cooley Region Land Surveyors, J-Line Design, Race Wraps, Kickapoo Dairy and Hungary Peddler on that car.
Don Thunder Turner, the only driver to compete in all 50 Oktoberfests, so 26.76 puts him in the top 5.
We'll have an interview with Don Thunder Turner on the track for our pre-race. A not so favorable 13th place finish last week, but man, he was stuck in traffic like there was no tomorrow.
Not quite fast enough at 8:09, keeps him in 5th.
Just got a whiff of the hamburger stand up here, and you can smell the Clemens brats. They smell better than one I just ate. Concession stands are wide open as the 8C Clemens Automotive 2019 Chevy Monte Carlo hits the track. Out of West Salem, the Ka-Chow, number 8 of Nick Clements. Interstate Roofing, Genzi's Game Day Pub, Johnny's Hobbies, The Vault, A1 Advanced Pumping, K-Dog's Cove, and Features Sports Bar of Holman.
Clements comes across his first time at a 21.27 for the former sportsman champ here at La Crosse.
Also joining Clements Racing this year is U.S. Bank. He's got it fully vinyled again. Took him about 3 weeks to get that Tony vinyl, but looking good, Nick. Looks good.
21.01. 21.01. He will sit third for the moment.
Down below is the 8M Moen Racing 2020 Toyota Camry out of Newmarket, Minnesota. That's Billy Moen. Billy Moen, we were talking about earlier, a very quiet 5th place in points out of about 26 steady late models.
Definitely one of the most consistent ones here, always in the top 5 for the former ARCA Midwest Tour Rookie of the Year in 2018. First trip across at a 21.05, a 21.05. He's already 4th.
Jacob Gady leads the scoring tower with an 18.849. Then it's Carlson, the 996. Top 6 get their own race tonight. It's called the 6 for 6 Dash.
See if Moen can make it better. Yes, he does. All the way up to second with a 19.918 for Moen.
Right now, Moen and Gady would start in the back row of the 6 for 6 Dash. That would be quite the tussle. Next out, trying to follow up last week's quick time, the 8K BK Auto Service 2020 Chevy Monte out of La Crosse, sponsored by City Auto Sales. That's the Honey Badger Brent Kirshner.
Kirshner
even surprised himself on that quick time last week, he told us down the track.
First lap for Kirschner, 19.946, already all the way up to third.
That's his brand new car. He was hammering on that thing all winter and deep into the spring. And he told us last week, I think I can finally do something to this car then not touch it afterwards. Let's see if he can crack the top two.
Kirschner, one of our more consistent drivers here at 19.957. He will sit in third.
Carlson, Kirschner, Moan, and Gady have already cracked the top 19. Next out, let's see if he can put down a 19-second mark. The 12 race leader in points. Mergic Race Engines 2019 Chevy Monte out of Rosemount, Minnesota. That is Nick Mergic. Justman Freight Lines, CrossFit Calypso, and Suburban GM Parts.
20.023 his first trip around, already in the top 5 for Mergic, who has one feature win in the 2020 season to his credit.
Mergic has a feature win and a 6-for-6 dash win this year.
See if he can do better here. A 19.836, right to the top of the board for Mergic.
Mergic, Gady, Moan, Kirschner, Carlson, and Clements in your top 6. Clements on the bubble right now for that 6-for-6 dash. As we bring out for the second straight week the number 13 Busch Light 2020 Chevy SS out of Northfield, Minnesota, Brian Rolstad. Nordic Insulation, IDI Insulation, Firehouse Liquor, and Advanced Auto Parts. When I said Busch Light, I was waiting for Bill to go, whoosh.
That's an impressive wrap job on that car. Rolstad will come across at a 23.55, a 23.55.
And that's already much better than what he put down last week, being his first week here of the season.
Some of these guys who are used to running the 8-inch tires on a weekly basis, takes them a little while to get used to these 10-inch tires that we run here at La Crosse. Rolstad will come across at a 23.66. He will stay in 7th place.
Next out, he's your current Rookie of the Year point leader. That is the 14G Advanced Auto Parts 2020 Chevy Camaro coming out of Prior Lake, Minnesota. That's Grant Brown. Grant Brown, Liquid Death Mountain Water, Raise Energy, and Labs for MD. We still need to find out if Liquid Death Mountain Water, does it burn your mouth? Is it hot? Is it like Tabasco sauce?
Them are some very good questions. Is 25.88, 25.88. He'll crack the top 10 with that time.
Again, we are broadcasting live on KQEG TV as well. Going to take one more quick break before the top of the hour. Again, KQEG TV 23 live broadcast here for the La Crosse Speedway.
Ace of La Crosse is your work and play headquarters when it comes to getting the job done. No place gives you better support for home, business, and industry with small engine and power tool repairs. Save by renting when you don't need to buy. Ace offers rentals on hundreds of items.
Nothing is certain in life, son, except death, and when you walk into Little Caesars, there'll be a $5 hot and ready pizza for you.
What about taxes?
We're from the IRS.
I forgot taxes.
Walk in and walk out of Little Caesars with a large hot and ready classic for just $5.
Pizza.
A 23.39 for the first time around for Bachman, former sportsman champion, and your Rookie of the Year in this class for 2019 in that beautiful number 14 car.
Stellar season for Bachman. Third place in points, only 32 back.
22.60, Bachman will sit in 7th.
This guy right here, man, what a race they had last week. He was leading that thing for quite a while. The number 18, Martin's Milk Service 2017 Ford Fusion out of Onalaska, Wisconsin, Jeremy Wagner. Martin Warehousing, Paz Ingredients, Arm Transportation, Potato King, Peterbilt, Silverado Saloon, Cooler Refrigeration, and J&L Collectibles, located in Turn 1.
The Milkman will trip the line at a 20.165, a 20.165, already sitting in 7th place.
So Clements still stays on the bubble for the 6-for-6 dash. Wagner is right behind him. See if those two swap positions for the pole position of the 6-for-6 dash.
Oh,
and he does.
He does, a 20.005. Wagner will slide into that 6th spot.
Next Maxed out 3 heat race wins to his name in his rookie season at La Crosse. The number 19, DeSrocher's Realty Group with eXp Realty 2019 Chevy. Out of Hanover, Minnesota, it's Michael Hager. Titan Consulting, GN Matters CPA, and Giles Outdoor Services.
Hager at a 26.51 his first trip across. He had a very impressive first feature last week, Dan.
Hager's getting used to this racetrack now. It's not like where he usually runs at. Again, the tires could be one instance. The length of the track would be the other.
Hager at a 22.46, just misses the fast dash. He'll sit in 8th.
Next driver out ran Sportsman here for quite a many years, and he ran late models for a couple of years. And he's back out again in the Radius Medical number 2020 Rowdy late model out of Belle Plaine, Minnesota. That is Devin Schmidt. Ingersoll ran PSI Engineering, Radius Medical, and Radius Manufacturing. Good to see Devin back again.
Yeah, good to see Devin. He won a couple of features here in the Sportsman class a couple of years ago.
Also had the best swan dive we've ever seen in the Lake Speed.
Yep. 26.10 his first trip around for Schmidt and his first time here in 2020.
For a while there, Devin Schmidt was leading our Rookie of the Year point standings back in 2018.
12, big pickup, a 21.10, shoots him up to 8th on the board.
Down below the 23P, I'm going to do this on purpose. Steger Steel 2018 Chevy Double S. Out of La Crosse, it's BP Brad Powell. Gordon Epping CPA, Reedy Concrete, Tomcat Racing Engines, and Clements Automotive on the 23 of Powell, who missed last weekend's races.
Powell always a top contender here. Right to 9th right away with a 21.62, a 21.62. If he wants to get into that dash, Dan, what's he need there?
Going to have to top a 0-0. Look at Greg Oliver. Greg Oliver looks like Bahama Joe this evening. I like that shirt, Greg.
Greggy
Joe.
Bahama, yeah. 20.093, not quite enough. He will not get into the dash.
3 cars remaining. They're going to try to make it into tonight's 6 for 6 dash. Again on the bubble is Jeremy Wagner. Next one to try to do that is the number 47 2018 Chevy Impala from Sparta, Wisconsin, Pete Carlson, who had a rough night last week. We're going to be talking to him on the front straightaway this evening.
Carlson will trip the line on his first time at a 21.280. He's got some work to do.
Right now the 6 for 6 dash. Row 1 would be Jeremy Wagner and Steve Carlson. Row 2, Brent Kirshner and Billy Moe. And row 3, Jacob Gady and Nick Mergic. Wow. Five drivers under 20 seconds tonight.
Pete Carlson at 21.178. 21.178. He'll have some work to do to get faster for later tonight.
Well, they finally picked up a feature last week. The number 50 Epic Media 2017 Chevy Double S out of West Salem, Wisconsin. That's Mike Carlson. Gordon Epping CPA, Carlson Designs, Wibke Fur, and Trading Company, Newey's Vogue Bar and Grill.
Mike, one of our top drivers here at La Crosse, 22.00, 22.00 already in the top 10.
Mike said last week he's done trying new things on that late model. That he's finally stuck to something and it worked.
Yep, get used to something, maybe a minor tweak, but nothing major. And he comes away with a feature win. A 23.10, he'll stay in 10th place.
Final late model to qualify tonight being brought to you by Whalen and NASCAR and Quick Trip. Is the 51 Feature Sports Bar and Grill of West Salem 2020 Toyota Camry that's home in Wisconsin's Justin Mulliken. Architectural Metal Specialist, Festival Foods, Moxie's Restaurant, Sparta Dental Center, Scenic Concepts, Snap of West Salem, and Jake Amundsen Tattoo and Print.
Mulliken's first time across is a 24.41. Definitely some more speed out of that car earlier in the year, but he had an accident. Still looks like he's working out some of the kinks.
Also sponsored by Clements Automotive and Speedy Graphics. Not sure what Speedy Graphics means, but it's on the car.
Makes the car go fast. Mulliken cuts it down a little bit at 22.42. Not going to crack the top 10.
And that will unofficially wrap up qualifying, being brought to you tonight by Stony Creek Inn Hotel and Conference Center in Onalaska. So it looks like this. Your quick time qualifier with a 19.836 is Nick Murgic. Jacob Gady's second fastest, 19.849, followed by Billy Moe, 19.918. Brent Kirschner, 19.946. Steve Carlson, a 19.996. And Jeremy Wagner, a 20.005. They are going to be in the 6-for-6 dash tonight. Rest of the order is Brad Powell, Nick Clements, Devin Schmidt, Mike Carlson. They round up the top 10. Then it's going to be Justin Mulliken, Mike Hager, Steve Bachman, Grant Brown, Brian Rolstad, Jeff Partington, Carter Christensen, Don Turner, Mandy Eckelberg, and Pete Carlson. 20 stellar late models ready to do battle here this evening.
That is going to be a fantastic feature later tonight. We'll get some interviews with Dan and some of our drivers on the front stretch here in just a little bit. We'll get our late model fast qualifier to set our lineup for our feature tonight. We'd like to say thank you to everybody on KQEG TV for watching tonight. It's a pleasure having you here. Make sure you tune back in again next Saturday night at 6 o'clock. For Dan Diker, I'm Bill Niles. Thanks for joining us on KQEG TV.
Crosse, Rowdy Cats down in Lawnkeeper's Party Deck from WKTY. Hello down there.